So, I think who answered it? I forgot if it was Lucas or Kyle, but one of them asked about how would you like take on a situation if there's like members in a fight or something. Okay, so what if they don't care what you guys say? What if they just keep going? Just boom, 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 boom.
Bring it up. I've had to do that with kids before. You know, I've taught kids like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that, but like.
Okay, but what if they keep you in the balls?
You ask him that question.
You find people in here? Is that like a normal thing? Does that happen like all the time?
No. If it were to come to something like that and I have to pin someone down, I'm sure campus security would be called by that point.
I would
So
like
you'd be beat up in the process.
Yeah, I guess.
I would like
I'm gonna do my best to not hurt anybody.
You have fun without banging children.
I've been kicked in the nuts from soccer balls. I'll be fine. I can still have to.
resistance.
Resistance is.
I would just like to make the statement that both of these questions have been asked as if we've ever gotten physical in this club.
Yeah.
I know.
We're anime nerds. Are you kidding me? We don't know how to throw punches. We expect smoke to stream off of them or fire to combust.
I can say.
Anime Body Club was like a pseudo for Fight Club.
I mean, so I'll toot my own horn a little bit more, I guess.
No.
So
Please do, Jay.
I'm running for a presidential
politicians.
position. Any of these presidents in the past, they've been doing that, so I'm gonna do it too. Anyway, so my bench max back when I was in track and field was 250. I'm just saying, I got some beef. All right, I got some beef. I can handle a situation. We'll put it like that. I did do a little bit of karate. I will say that I did do a little bit. I didn't do a ton of it just because we ended up moving from my sensei's dojo. I would love to go back into it eventually. Maybe do some kickboxing or something like that. But it's not a super big priority right now since I want to go into the animation field after college. But yeah, I had an experience. I guess I'll tell a personal anecdote. I got into a fight in high school one time when I was in 9th grade. And it was because someone kept necking me over and over again, and I told him to stop, and he didn't stop. And I ended up pushing him into a locker, and I got suspended for a week for defending myself, which is, I mean,
American school system.
That's how the American school system
That
works.
is
But
so lame. You pushed them in a locker.
yeah,
Who? Okay.
I mean, we threw punches for like 2 minutes, but we got broken up. And after that, I never got into a fight. I didn't even know who the guy was either. Like, he was on my track team, but I didn't know him. So after that, like 3 months later, we were cool. So
You see, you was on your desk.
Oh,
So
no,
whatever was
yeah.
on your desk, right? Pick it up. Bam.
well, we were in the gym locker room, so
Gym locker.
That is
There's
the
balls and stuff in there.
yeah, there wasn't anything in there.
Them's the best type of fights though, where you don't even
Take a
know the
top
guy,
off
you
the
start
wall.
swinging, and then you homies like a couple days later.
I mean, I didn't want to get into a fight. I'm pretty pacifistic for the most part, but I just, that to me, like, I was like, I'm not going to get, beat up on and not do anything about it. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I can back a president that doesn't know how to de-escalate.
De-escalate? Hey, that's what I said that I would, though. I would. I'm not going to start throwing punches. I would just separate them the best of my
Now, what if they
ability,
stab you with a
right?
pencil?
And, quiet them down, cool them off a
Isn't
little
it
bit.
the rule keeper's job to keep order?
It is so. I would actually solve the
issue.
Yeah.
This shit don't happen. Move on.
No, I'm not.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I have a question. Do you know
I
everyone
don't know how to
from
start
Christmas
punches.
name?
I mean, they're distinct quiet.
Let's see. I know everybody but two.
Have I met you like
One time.
One time.
We had lunch next to the contest.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
Oh,
gosh. Yep.
Yeah, names are something I suck with. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you tell it to me like 3 times, you have to tell it to me a 4th time. That's because I just suck with having
I ain't named it for real. So don't.
my name building is awful.
I just bring this up because as president, you have to know everyone's name, their major allergies and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And as a presidential candidate, I've made it a point to learn everyone's name. And if you ask me to, I could name everyone else.
Yeah, that's something that I'll have to work on because to be completely honest with you, I don't know everyone's name. I remember faces very well, but I don't know everyone's name by heart all that well. So,
What's my name?
wait, hold up.
Jesus.
Wrong.
Starts with a C.
Rumpelstiltskin.
JR, come on.
It's the same
I
thing
told you
as
once.
It's the same
Really?
thing as a YouTuber.
You said the same. Oh wait, no, Corey. Wait, why did I take so long? Yes, Corey. Yeah.
Come on, you called me by my name at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I don't know why it took so long. I get nervous whenever people tell me to tell their
Lucas
name.
got my vote.
Yeah, you put me on the spot for real.
I told you, I'm a visual person. Names for me, I suck at it. I'm gonna be honest. That's something I need to work on personally. I'm just really bad at it.
I'm not sure you know everyone's names to any effect on your policies for your presidential candidacy, but yeah, plus it kind of does.
So I'm sorry to cut the time short so that we can end this.
Fight.
Try to keep it a little friendly, but it can like be chat.
Or fight.
No physical fighting.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. How important is Mama Nights to you and letting Jonathan read Ghosts in the Room?
Oh my gosh. Should I go first? Should I go over you? What do you want to go first?
We can take turns. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Okay. I guess you can go first then.
Alright, how important are manga nights to me? It is important that we have them at least once a semester because we are the anime and manga club. As for specifically letting Jonathan read Gunslinger Girl, I'd say pretty important because freedom of speech, freedom to do whatever you want to do during a manga night. I mean, I'm not going to be like, okay guys, you can read any manga you want except for Gunslinger Girl. I'm looking at you, Jonathan. But no, yeah, so I at least want to do once a semester, but I also feel like, you know, they're not the most social of events that we have. And when people leave early, most likely it'll be having manga night compared to any other night.
For me, I personally like having the ability to just do homework or just hang out during manga nights just because I was able to do most of my PE homework. Yeah, there's homework for PE, imagine, right? But yeah, I was able to do most of that during that time, and then after that, play some games and really like anime-based games or watch some anime-based shows after I was done. So I personally like the way that it's run just as a really chill night where we can just come together, hang out. So I would probably keep it more the same. And as for you reading Gunslinger Girl, you want to send it to me? I'll check it out, bro. I'll check it out. Excellent. Yes.
Okay. So, earlier when you two stated your plans and your vision for this club, before I go into that, I have a pretty serious talk with Louisa about the purpose of the Anime Manga Club. So when you stated your plans, what you wanted to do with it, that's not what I was looking for, and I'm seriously disappointed. So I'm going to ask this question to give you the chance to save yourself. Think before you answer. Okay? Okay. So.
Really?
That's what I expected, everyone.
Hey!
So, what kind of lasting impact, if any, do you want to have on the members of this club?
Think. Don't speak it.
I'll give it another 10 seconds to settle. I think that a lasting feeling of being welcomed. I think the memories, college, you're always going to have those memories. I mean, when my parents talk, their friends talk, they always talk about college as some of like the best times of their life. The memories getting up into trouble and stuff, and the friendships that last a lifetime. I feel like the Anime Club is a great place to make friends. In fact, the majority of my friends were made in the Anime Club or by their friends. And I feel like the Anime Club's probably the best place to do it for introverts. And let's face it, the majority of people who are into anime and manga are introverted and struggle socially. So a place where they know everyone's not going to be very judging is a very welcoming place. And, you know, you can stand up and wear your anime shirt and not feel judged or whatever. Talk about Japanese cartoons and no one cares.
and be able to do shit like what Jonathan did right now.
Like, I mean, if we were to just turn the camera, someone would be very embarrassed right now. Like, in the anime club, we're just willing to be ourselves and still able to make friends.
6 out of 10.
So, the impact that I want to leave is one that I was able to do more or less in high school at Puerto Rico, which is to give people a feeling of purpose and to feel wanted and respected for what they would choose to do. The reason why I so focus heavily on big events is because I feel like a sense of community and team building, the way that things are structured, when you do those activities, will organically, more or less.
I feel like it's whoever wants to go.
Okay.
So, that was very passionate last question. Mine is not going to be as driven, I suppose. Both of you have spoken in a sense of, well, I was here for one of them. JR, I apologize that I was not here for most of yours. But if both of you did, I'd like to ask, because the majority of the time, we would always go off of a vote or a bias. Lucas, you did state that what you wanted to try and get out there at least once every few nights was the expansion of genres to try and introduce people to new things. How extensive do either of you plan on making that as a way to sort of enlargen the group so that, you know, in terms of actual shows, it's not just the same thing over and over again? Because let's be honest, from what I understand, from the past few semesters, and this is only from stories that I've heard, it's been the same shit.
Psychological torture is good to watch.
I didn't ask you shit. I'm asking them.
Well, that's
Kansas
torture,
City?
but no.
Genres, such as
I keep saying that.
So, what I probably would do, this is just me personally, is that we have a vote on like genres that people want to see, of course. But I think an even better way to do it is to randomize it and just have like either from an actual randomizer or along with a vote. So we could do like 2 of them, right? We could have one from a randomizer and one from a community vote, just so that we have an even amount, and then we can have you know, different variety of different genres present in the anime that we watch.
I also feel that if we watch new anime, we could say, you know, a month before the anime is released or as it's releasing, hey guys, don't watch this on your own. We're gonna watch it as a club, you know.
It's good.
Okay.
Also, if you go to Crunchyroll, you can check popular and stuff. I wouldn't want to choose anything like in the top 50. I want it all to be a little more niche and stuff. I know Crunchyroll isn't, you know, all anime, but it has a good variety.
I will say something to that. If there's a premiere for like a big episode for like one of the top 50, I would want to do something like that. I think like, because let's be honest here, most of the people that are outside of this club that know what anime is, the only ones they know of are in the top 10 probably. So if we wanted them to like show up for an event or whatever, that is, whether it's a fundraising or something, we would need to have something that they know of. Like if it's like there's a new Dragon Ball anime that was announced. If it were something like that, I wouldn't be opposed to doing it. It wouldn't be my first choice personally, but if it were to get more, you know, funding for those events, you know, going back to what I was saying before, then I'd be open to doing that just for a specific night.
If I may add on to the question real quick, would you consider something that would involve like being more outside as like community watch? Like I know some clubs have outside late night screen watches where they just, well, they'll watch a movie, and rather we could do the same thing, and in the end that would also gain the attention of some ongoers.
I think that's a wonderful idea, but when you take it outside of the classroom, you're gonna get into copyright issues.
Mm.
And if we don't have permission from Crunchyroll, I mean, I could send an email and be like, hey, do you mind? But like, if we don't have permission for that, if someone were to like record it or whatever, could get in some big copyright pirating trouble and stuff like that.
Okay, well, say something off of Crunchyroll, and pardon me, I'm not educated in that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Studio Ghibli movies are on
2B.
Tubi, Max.
Since Tubi has ads, I think it'd actually be a little looser because it's monetized, and the fact that more people are watching it means that their ads are reaching a larger audience, whereas premium paid subscriptions is typically the intended audience is 2 to 4 people. Like, there's not, you're skipping the ads, but you're also skipping, you know, the monetization from that sense. So like, if your ad's gonna reach 10,000 people, you don't care that, you know, the show paired with it is being watched by those 10,000 people. But if you're, you know, one person is paying for an $8 a month Netflix thing, and then 10,000 people see the show, no ads for $8, that kind of sucks.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Personally, I would go for a more go to the movies approach, because there's been quite a few movies that have been, you know, anime movies that have been coming to the States. So I would make that an event, and I am more than willing to carpool people to NCG to go, or to, I think there's one in either Carolina Place or like another movie theater in Matthews, something like that. I'd be really down to do something like that. I think that'd be really fun. And, you know, they get the monetization for whatever it is that they have. Granted, there are certain shows and there are certain jurisdictions that have issues with this. There is an anime that I really enjoy. It's a Chinese anime though. It's called Fog Hill 5 Elements. And the only way to it's a really good show. But the only way to actually watch that, you can't watch it at all legally in the States. The only way to actually support them would be to buy merchandise. So I would preface that if we were to watch something that there's no way for me to give them monetary value, I would preface like, hey, if you like this show, go on. I'll do like an ad read for that company or something, you know, like, hey, if you like this show, they're selling merch on this website or whatever. If we were to watch something that, you know, we don't have access to in the States, right? So,
Y'all need a VPN.
One of you will be the president of this club, and because you go to school and everything, how good do you think you will be at not like every now and then coming to the club and like bashing your constitution or the university for not letting you do certain things, and you, like, I don't want you guys to come here and be like, oh, it's stupid that they won't let us watch this or something like that, and you express it to the club members, and then it just puts the club members kind of in like a bad mood, like, oh, like it's really dumb that they won't let us do this, and like we can't really have money.